Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we're continuing Super Mario World! Last time we managed to beat the 4th and 5th areas and got pretty close to finishing up the 6th area of the game, Chocolate Island. Yeah, I was planning to finish up this world by beating the boss of this area last time, but unfortunately we ran into some technical issues and we had to hold off on that until now. But everything is good and we should be able to not only clear this world, but hopefully clear the last major world of the game, which I'm going to be excited for, because after we take care of the final boss, we'll be going all through the world again and clearing as many of these secret exits as we can and show off all of those so we can get to some other levels. But let's not delay this any longer. Let's hop right into Castle 6, Wendy's Castle. Yeah, I would like to get a Baconator, please, and guess I'll have a chocolate frosty, and you still serve baked potatoes, right? But nope, this is not a restaurant, this is a dangerous castle. One thing, dry bones are actually throwing bones as projectiles now, which is pretty cool. And definitely want to avoid these guys, the grinders. They're pretty much just big saw blades, and they hurt if they hit you. Luckily, you can spin jump off of them to avoid damage. So I want to be careful here. Yeah, this section is definitely going to be hard without hitting the switch palaces. I guess I could go back to a previous level to try to get some... Why did that guy spawn over there? Yeah, I could have went back to a previous level to grab some... power-ups in order to make this a bit easier on us, but I am a stubborn son of a bitch and want to try to get through this powerless. Also, definitely want to be careful of this thing here. This is one of the main hazards of the castle. So we got these big crushing pillars that will really give you a bad day should they hit you. Oh, that jump is just so obnoxious to me right now. Yeah, just that one very thin block is really making this a pain. Alright, Crusher, can you go? Could you leave me alone, Mr. Dry Bones? I'm happy once I get to the checkpoint in this place. Whoa! Man, that was a good one. Alright, now this time we got the pillars and the grinders to worry about. So this castle is definitely no joke. One of the hardest areas in the game we got to at this point. It's got a lot of hazards that could really mess you up. The grinders are definitely one of the big hazards, but those pillars are definitely a pain. Why did I jump into that? Ugh. Can I just say that this castle is definitely one of the most menacing we've seen up to this point? Just the whole dark aesthetic of it all, and just look at those pillars. They look really mean. You do not want to get crushed by those things, especially in real life. It's definitely a part of the game that can really feel like the art direction goes the extra mile to make this place look really menacing. It's funny enough, we have these crushing pillars in other Mario games, especially later ones, but in later games they don't look all that threatening. Because in those games, these spikes on them are usually colored yellow, which overall just gives it a very cartoony look. But here, they are very menacing looking. Just want to time this right so we're not hitting the grinders. Right, we made a cross. Alright, this section is going to be very tense. It's got these pillars moving very quickly. We would have been able to just run across if we had Switch Palace there. Alright, there. I'm very happy to see that gateway. So now we're in the next section. This area has some new enemies to us. So we got some little fireball guys that are running all along these blocks. The small ones are called Little Sparkies, and the big ones I want to say are called Hotheads. Yeah, our main goal here is to just hop across the platforms and avoid touching these guys. So the hotheads are actually an interesting enemy in that they appear as an item in the Smash Brothers series. And pretty interesting, they will damage everyone but the person who threw them. And if they get hit by certain projectiles, especially energy-based ones, they grow larger. And so they're just very good for taking out certain enemies. Yeah. It's definitely a very fun item I like to use whenever I'm in Smash Bros. But right now, we just gotta keep avoiding getting crushed, avoid falling, and avoid the little fire guys. Man. Yeah, you see what I mean? This part of the game, things are getting really hard now. Especially for me, because it's been a while since I played this section of the game, and yeah, it is no joke getting through this part. Be really careful. So I don't even know if our spin jump's going to be helpful against these guys, since they're all fiery. It's going to be very... Well, that answered one of my questions. Oh boy, Wendy, you really did not skimp out on the hazards in this place. Between all the crushing pillars and the grinders and now the hotheads. It's definitely one of the hardest levels we have been to at this point in the game. Which is definitely saying something. We are at the second to last area of the game, so... we just... get this to rise a bit more. What's also unfortunate is that if we die to the boss here, we'll have to go back and do this section again, which is really not the best. This part, in general, can be really tricky. Alright, this part I know is going to be... this is going to be really bad to get through. Hang on. Woo! Got through. Really wish we had that green block. Let's jump into the battle against Wendy. So if you remember the battle against Lemmy, this is very similar to that. Now, Wendy will pop out of these pipes. You want to hit her and not the dummies, and avoid the potaboos. Like if she's upside down there. Oh, there she is. Take her out. Woo! You definitely had the most formidable castle we've seen up to this point, Wendy. Congratulations on the challenge. Yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with how quickly we're able to get through that in this stream, though. Thank you! I'm gonna mop the floor with you! Wendy O. Koopa in Castle 6 has sung her last song. Mario must meet the challenge that is now before him. There's a sunken ship that appears to be a gateway to the Valley of Bowser. So with Castle 6 taken care of, we now have a very unique level compared to everything we've seen before us. Let's head down to the sunken ghost ship. As I said before, this is a very interesting area. So this place will look familiar to you if you're at all familiar with Super Mario Bros. 3, as this is actually one of the airships that the Koopalings used to pilot in those games. And yeah, this area is just a very nostalgic area for me personally, since I played a lot of Super Mario Bros. 3 when I was a kid. It's also definitely a good game. So this section you gotta be careful because there will be some boos appearing that could mess you up. So there's usually a pathway where you can easily navigate through here and avoid damage with the boos. I just really want to try to get to my Yoshi. I'm hoping he won't despawn. Alright, come here, bud. Come here. I know you're afraid of ghosts, bud, but come on. We gotta get through this. Alright, if we get over here, we should be able to avoid some more contact. Nope, we just got more boos and more Eries. It's definitely a very atmospheric area with the sunken ship aesthetic. I really like it. Equal parts ominous and just very cool. swim up here now. Also like that we have an underwater ghost area, because you don't really see those in this series. It definitely adds to the overall aesthetic they have going on here. Let's head down this pipe, and that should take us to the last section here. We got a big drop here with a lot of things for us, mostly enemies. We can take them out while we have the star. We'd be able to get some good stuff. And let's grab another star, giving us some more invincibility as we head down. And yeah, it's just a nice area to grab some coins and see if you can get some extra lives before heading into the final area of the game. Let's go more of those spike balls, definitely want to avoid. And, wow, how were we able to pull that off? I don't know. So a nice detail about the end of this level is that crystal with a question mark on it is actually a sphere you get in Super Mario Bros. 3 whenever you take out certain mid-bosses. But yeah, by clearing that level, we open up the path to the Valley of Bowser. This is an area we got a small taste of when we went and did the Chocolate Secret last time. But yeah, this is the final area of the game. Over there is Bowser's very fabulous castle over there. You can see there's a shadow of something flying around in the background. Wonder what that could be. Alright, let us get started on this adventure here. Valley of Bowser 1. So we got some pretty challenging levels ahead of us right now. This area is definitely going to be formidable. We got a maze area full of Mega Moles and Charging Chucks. Wow, Yoshi can eat Mega Moles. Actually forgot about that. That is something. Yeah, but it's a nice little maze area. Shouldn't take too much trouble to get through here. And definitely want to be careful around here. Having Yoshi does make things pretty easy for us. Alright, we can grab that checkpoint. And something I want to show off here is that I believe with Yoshi, we are able to walk across the Munchers like it's nothing. And by jumping over there, we get a free-up moon. Those are very rare collectibles, so I'm very happy I was able to grab that. Alright, so around here, I could take out this Chuck. Well, I want to grab that first. Oh, go away, bud. Alright, there's just coins over there, so we really don't need to go over here. But it'd be nice to grab some extra coins. Let's head down here. Remember the pathway through here can be a little confusing at times. Okay, I get that. Alright, in order to mainly progress through there, you want to hit that. And... ooh, we were able to actually clear that. Alright, good. Want to hit those invisible blocks in order to open a pathway for you over here. And that is how you progress forward. And we got another section of Chucks just breaking the blocks for you. Come here, guys. Aha! Here, can we eat you? No. You can eat this guy. There's a vine over there. So don't think that will lead to anything important. Actually, that is an exit. I don't think this will level with a special exit, so we should be good. Oh, yeah, that's a bonus area. Alright, let's grab some 1-ups here. Very nice. Oh, that wasn't good. So while we're doing this, something I want to say is that earlier I was watching some streams of, well, not really a stream, but, well, I was watching a stream earlier of someone playing some Animal Crossing while I was doing some art. And concerning the art, I was also watching some other things that were very much art-related. Oh, man, how far do we go back? Oh, great. I recognize this area, and we don't have Yoshi anymore, so that's unfortunate. See, that bonus is just kind of weird. And hello there, Zappy Jeremy. Welcome to the stream. So we're playing some Super Mario World at the moment. Actually, very close to the end of the game. And I'm hoping to get this all wrapped up pretty soon. Although there's still a lot of content to go over in this game. So that even when we're finished the final battle, there's still a lot to go over. Very excited for that. Bud, could you just move? There you go. I believe that is our way out now. Right, so... Ow. Just... Give me the mushroom, please. Oh yeah, we are almost out of here. Almost out of time. Let's go for the pipe, and there's the exit. It's very sad that we had to ditch Yoshi in order to clear up this area, but it's okay. We actually missed a dragon coin, so there was something else we could have gotten here. Okay, we got some stars to grab. And that really wasn't a good combo there. We got 1-up. We have a 1-up from that, but we could have done so much better. Okay. So moving on to Valley of Bowser 2. So I remember this level being a bit of a pain. And as you can see there, it has 2 exits. So one of those exits we'll definitely save for later. But this level in particular, one of the main things in this level is the floors that move up and down. It's one of the big things in this area you want to watch out for. I am... Really? Man, freaking invisible Koopas. Yeah, that is an interesting point there, Jeremy. That is something I'd also, really like to do, is eventually stream some Yoshi's Island. Because that is definitely also one of my favorite games from my childhood that I would really like to go over. But yeah, the history of Mario and Yoshi is kind of interesting and also kind of bleak. Where Mario basically owes his life to these guys. Kind of spoilers for something I'll eventually do, but... yeah, for the remainder of his career, he spends a lot of time abusing the poor dinosaurs. But then again, Mario also illegally kept a pet gorilla, so there's that. There's some more wings there. Something that would be nice if you actually brought Yoshi into this area. But yeah, here's the main part of this level that I explicitly remember. You have a section here with the walls and... well, it's the floor and ceiling that's moving up and down, and you gotta maneuver through this maze, while also avoiding being crushed. This area can be a bit of a pain. I can actually recommend being small Mario when going for this area, because you have less space to... okay, I got a little interrupted there, because I accidentally activated a certain thing on my phone. That's okay. But yeah, being small Mario would be a good boon to have here, since you don't take as much space, so it's harder for you to be crushed. Now, we gotta be careful here. I think we don't want to go that way. Yeah, that's a dead end. Just want to wait for this to move up. We very carefully have to go over here, and... Where's this spot? Then we'll just have to run straight over there. Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been all bad for Mario. I don't really know how legitimate his medical degree is, but he is, a professional tennis player, professional soccer player, baseball player, and, hey, he's been the hero of an entire nation, not just once, but, 1 billion times, so he's pretty reputable in that regard. Over here, we should be good here. I'm doing pretty good, Jeremy. I've just been relaxing on my day off, because I had a very busy week. Yeah, I've had a very busy week with work, and I'm very happy that I got myself a break after all of that. So I've been spending a good chunk of that time getting some stream sessions in, which has been very good. I've been having a really good time playing through this game, as it's been one of my childhood favorites. Alright, 18. That's not a bad bonus there. Alright, with that level cleared, we can take care of the secret exit for there in a little while. And time for the Valley Ghost House. This is another area that has a secret exit, I believe. So we'll definitely want to try to grab that one later. So we got the return of those big green bubbles that we saw like a long time ago. Definitely an interesting hazard. I don't think these things have an official name, so I just call them like big snot bubbles. Right, now this area is interesting. We hit that, and it allows us to open up a path here. So I believe here we want to go through one of these doors. We couldn't reach that one. I think that was the door we had to... Oh, nope. There was our exit. I mean, we missed getting something good there, but still, that was a pretty short ghost house. There's definitely a lot more to this area if you take a different pathway through it, obviously. With that done, we should be good to head into this next area. Depending on how good my connection is right now, because it's being a little unfortunate right now. Yeah, I was having a similar issue the other day that pretty much ended my stream prematurely. There's really not much I can really do about this. I remember last time, too, like, one of the big problems was that my internet actually disconnected temporarily, so I wasn't able to get in a lot of good... I really don't know what to do right now about this. I may give it a little bit, and if things don't get better, I might just have to end things prematurely. Which I really don't want to have to do, because we are so close to the end of this adventure. Yeah, it may have something to do with the weather, too, because it has been pretty miserable the last couple of days. God, it's another one of those sessions where things just get really bad like 20 minutes into the stream. Really don't know if this is going to stabilize anymore. And again, I really don't know how to fix any of this. It could just be a problem with my network provider. So I really have been thinking about trying to get like an upgrade to our internet. That would be very helpful. Definitely keep things stable, especially with a lot of my plans I have going in the future. Yeah, if this doesn't fix itself soon, we might have to call things early. Wish I'd be able to have things a lot more stable, but... Alright, I'm gonna call things early on this session, but I am gonna try something that could help us out. So I'll be with you in just a sec.